Ooh, already. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the TeamViHOPE call. We're going to give everybody just another minute or so, and then we will get this call started. If you just joined us, please let us know where you're calling from and who you are. Dave, I'm not singing in between dings.
What was that, Dawn? I'm sorry.
I said I'm not singing dings.
I was hoping.
If you're just joining us, please give us your name and let us know where you're calling from.
Hey, it's Kirk Jacobson in Marco Island.
Hello, welcome to the call.
Thank you. I'm looking for a little motivation.
We are full of motivation, I hope.
Excellent. Inspiration. That's the other word I couldn't think of.
There you go. Well, I've heard some of the stories that we're going to hear tonight, and we have a lot of inspiration. So,
awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to give everybody just a few more seconds, and we will get this call started. Everybody's so quiet tonight.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving in Canada. For my Canadian friends.
It's actually. I mean.
Oh, are we losing you guys?
I'm going to be at the Town Club.
No, I'm here.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the TeamViHOPE call. If we can, we will get this call started. My name is Dawn Ritter, and I am a National Director out of St. Genevieve, Missouri. And tonight I am so excited, and I'm so humbled by this call with these women. I've heard their stories, and I hope that you guys are inspired. Tonight's call is about plateaus and perseverance. So the frustrating plateaus and the strength that it takes to overcome them. So that's something I'm very, very familiar with. My husband, Sam, and I started our journey about 3 years ago, and I wanted nothing to do with it. I was tired of trying to lose weight, and I was tired of failing at it. And I finally had convinced myself that I was just always going to be heavy, and I was just going to be happy. And after trying Weight Watchers and Atkins and every other diet out there, I was just done trying. Then the challenge showed up. It was this shake that tasted like cake, and I'm a cake decorator, so it was perfect, and I was absolutely hooked on it. At almost 300 pounds, I was in a size 22, 24, and I needed the challenge more than I ever thought that I did. My first 90 days, I lost 49 pounds, and Sam, my husband, lost 51 pounds. So we were 100 pounds lighter together, and it was really hard to believe that it was so simple. It became a competition for us to see which one of us could lose the most in 90 days. And he would win some, and I would win some, and it was more fun when I won. At first, it was fun. And then when I got to about 75 pounds gone, I stopped. And every single pound that I wanted to lose was a huge struggle for me. And Sam kept losing, and that was really, really frustrating for me. And then the mental part of the weight loss took over. And everybody said that I'd come so far and to focus on what I'd done. And, you know, that's really easy to say, but it's harder to do. And I didn't focus on that. I focused on the scale. And that scale was the thing that I had to dust off when I started the challenge because I hated it, and every time I got on it, I cried. So it wasn't until I put the scale away and I started talking to other people who were in the same place that I was, and most of them are from TeamViHOPE, and most of them are on this call tonight. And it wasn't until they started sharing their stories that things started changing, and I started focusing on other things besides the numbers and more on who I was and what I wanted. So now, after being 100 pounds down, I still struggle, but now I live life, and I know that I don't struggle alone. And I walk daily, I ride my bike all the time, and I run, which to me is like the funniest thing ever. I run. So before I introduce our first guest, I just want to take a moment and talk about Vitality. Vitality is in just like 12 days, I think, and the support group that I talked about, most of them are going to be there. And these people have helped me. They have lifted me up, and they've carried me through all these struggles that I've had, and they have talked me through troubles, and they have talked me through wanting to give up. And I just want to encourage you, if you are part of Vitalis, and if you're not part of Vitalis, you don't know what you're missing. But if you need the support, and you need the inspiration, and you need the motivation, I encourage you to join us at Vitality. I never laugh, and I never cry, and I never hug more people than I do at these events with these people and with this family. So, you know, we will help you. We have put, I think in Fort Lauderdale last summer, we put 26 people in a house one night, and we were not supposed to do that, but we did it. And, you know, I can't encourage you enough to go. So we'll help you get there, and we will help you figure things out. So without further ado, on to other people's stories, because mine, you know. So now I have the honor of introducing another girl from the Midwest whose story brought me to tears this afternoon. So, Miss Stephanie, are you on the call?
Yes.
Could you share your story with us, please?
Yes, I can do that. You want me to start now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
All yours.
Okay. I will pretty much start my story. I weighed about 367 pounds. I'm a very young mother of two. I'm only 24, married to my husband, and my children are very young themselves. They're both in preschool now. My son had a lot of medical things to start his life, so I was a stay-at-home mom, and I pretty much lived inside because he couldn't do a whole lot. I started having some chest pains and some other problems just picking my kids up, so I went to the doctor just to make sure I wasn't having a heart attack or something because I didn't know what was going on. He ended up putting me on high blood pressure medicine. They did some sonograms and such, and I had the start of a liver disease. At the time, my grandfather was in the end stages of the same liver disease. So basically, he sat down and told me that I was probably not going to make it past my 30s if I didn't figure something out. So being told at 24 that you're going to die in like 10 years kind of sucked. So I thought about it real hard, and I just started walking and kind of, you know, looked at what I was eating, and I was eating probably 5,000 or 6,000 calories a day, not even caring because I was happy with being an overweight person because I'd always been overweight and didn't care. At that time, a friend of mine told me about Vi, and just from seeing the doctor and walking, I'd lost 10 pounds. So starting Vi, it was the end of April. I weighed 357 pounds. I couldn't even do jumping jacks, and I didn't even know that was something that could happen. I didn't know people couldn't do jumping jacks until I tried and couldn't do them. I just took my dog for a bunch of walks, and that was kind of my only thing I really knew what to do to try to start exercising because I couldn't do anything. It took quite a while to get anywhere, but by July I had come off my high blood pressure medicine that I was on, and I actually had to come off of it because I had an allergic reaction to it, so the thing that was supposed to be saving me almost killed me, which was even greater. At that point, I had lost 50 pounds and ended my first challenge. and it was amazing to say I'd lost that, but I knew I wasn't anywhere yet because I still weighed over 300 pounds by then. My kids started school in August. They both started preschool, so at that time I got to kind of have some time to myself while they were at school, so I started going to a gym. I go 4 days a week. My son had a bunch of scary doctor appointments. We didn't know really what was going to happen, so I really had a lot of stress at that time. My grandpa that was battling with the liver disease, he ended up passing away during that time, and we also found out that my grandmother, his wife, was also sick, and she is very sick now. So that was a lot of stress, but I've really just kept pushing through, because if I don't do this for myself, then why am I doing it? I saw what happened to them being overweight. They were diabetic, and my grandpa has this liver disease that is a hereditary liver disease that would kill me if I don't do something. So I just keep going. I'm ending my second challenge now, and I have lost 30 more pounds, so 80 pounds altogether, and getting ready to start my third challenge, and I will hit 100 pounds off in my third challenge. I have no doubt about it. And, yeah, I don't really know what else to say.
Gosh, that is absolutely incredible. You are about the same age as my daughter, so I can honestly say that I am so proud of you, and I really hope that your story inspires others that are your age, that are young moms, because that's a hard job to start with. Can you give us one tip that one thing that you've learned from your challenges that has gotten you to not give up? One tip that you have for us.
I kind of have two. I have one that's don't let the stress kill you. I mean, don't let it just eat at you, because it does, and it makes you want to binge eat, and it makes you want to stick yourself in a hole and do all the things you know you shouldn't do. And then my other thing is don't listen to the voice in your head. Just kind of suck it up and do it. That's the crude way of telling myself to just do it.
Yeah, sometimes those voices can get kind of loud, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I cannot wait to watch your journey continue, and I cannot wait to welcome you into the 100-pound club. It sounds like that's something that you plan on doing very soon.
Yes.
Are you going to Vitality? Do you know?
I'm not 100% sure yet. It's still kind of maybe.
Okay. Well, if you do, I cannot wait to meet you, and if you don't, hopefully I will meet you soon. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now I have the absolute honor of introducing an amazing friend and a sister and bi, and one of probably the strongest women that I have ever had the honor of meeting. So she conquered some of her fears this weekend, and Miss Faith, it's all yours. Faith, are you there?
Hello? I'm sorry. I have this music going off because I have some crazy notification, and I can't figure out how to turn it off while I'm trying to listen to you, so I apologize for that.
That's okay. I'm gonna try to be quiet so I don't have to mute us.
That's okay. Well, thank you for that amazing introduction. I love everything that's been said on this call so far. You know, I love how Dawn talked about Vitality being just this one thing that gets you going, and you get to go meet some of the people that you've been able to be supported by online and through this community. And that's really something that's been huge for me personally. I started the challenge at over 350 pounds. I was temporarily bedridden due to some obesity-related issues with my health. And I know that some of you on the line will relate to the fact that how alone that you can feel in that circumstance. And so when I found Vitality, I was a little bit skeptical because I had tried every product I could imagine and failed at every single one of them. And so I was really hesitant to fail again because I really was at the end of my rope. I really was like, if this doesn't work, nothing will work, and then my life is just going to be over. So finding the support in ViSalus and the Vi community and online and the group, that was the game changer for me, because I knew that I wasn't alone. I knew that there were other people that were going to stick with me and encourage me and not let me stay down. You know, one of those people, one of my best and closest friends, I actually met at an event, standing in line in this huge long lineup, you know, waiting to get into the event, and that was Pat Ryan. And he has been a rock for me through the last 4 years. We met when we were both almost brand new to ViSalus. So he is one person through all the ups and all the downs, and my up is his down and vice versa, and we've been able to support each other, keep each other going. And then event after event after event, I kept meeting more and more people that I've just fallen in love with and have become, you know, very best friends and family, because you know what? Not everybody understands what it's like to have to lose 50, 60, 70, 100, 200 pounds. Not many people in your life are going to understand that, but TeamViHOPE is full of people that are either doing it or have already done it, and we know exactly where you are and exactly what you're going through. I personally have set some pretty big goals this year alone. Most of you probably know that my first 2 90-day challenges, I trained to pull a warplane to set a world record. I'm still working on that record. I haven't failed. I just haven't found a way to succeed yet. So we're still working on that one. But this past weekend, I conquered a huge fear of mine, and I got on stage in a bathing suit and a pair of heels. I competed in the WBFF, which is the World Beauty and Fashion and Fitness. It's a bodybuilding federation, and they have a new division called the Transformation Division, which is basically a weight loss division. And someone in TeamViHOPE, I think it was Vicki Richardson, had posted this photo of this new division and a girl, and I was like, I am so going to do that. So I trained right after the plane pull ended. We switched gears and we went into fat loss mode. Since June, I've lost another, 40, maybe even 50 pounds, and I did it. I got up on stage in a bathing suit and heels. It was the craziest thing I ever done, but I actually qualified to compete in the WBFF Worlds, which doesn't happen for almost another year. So I'm excited to see how much more I can transform in that year, and I feel like I have a secret weapon in ViSalus and the challenge and all the products that we have. But that's enough about me, because I have the pleasure of introducing our next guest, and I've watched her, you know, on Facebook, and I've watched her ups, I've watched her downs, and if there's any story of perseverance, Shelli is it. She, you know, not every victory is a straight, I always say that weight loss is never a straight line down. It's never, I started here and I just kept going down, 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 all the way to the bottom. Sometimes life just takes over, and sometimes things happen and we see the scale go up, we see our inches go up. You know, sometimes we can get sidetracked, but Shelli has never quit. Shelli is a challenge success, I believe, because she is still continuing to go after her goals. And I'm just going to let you, Shelli, take it away. Are you here, Shelli?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. I can't wait to hear your story.
I didn't know if I was supposed to unmute myself or not. So, okay, so I'm a numbers girl, so I'm going to put that front real quick. I started ViSalus 1,248 days ago. I double-checked. It was May 12th of 2012. So in 1,248 days, I have lost 64 pounds. Some people could say, you know what, oh, wow, you really failed. Have I failed? No, because actually I did the math. I've actually lost 0.05128205 pounds per day in the last 1,248 days. That's a success, if you really think about it. Because for me, I'll tell you what, I've regained weight twice. I started, before ViSalus, I was at 345, started at 335. At my best last year in 2014, I was down to 294. Injured my back, and never mind the 10 pounds I lost and gained, probably at least 20 to 30 or 40 times over and over and over again. Because in all fairness, you know, I started with, okay, you know, I'll do the balance kit. You know, I'm like, okay, I'll just try the shakes. Let's see if it works, whatever else. And for me, it's like, you know, this is what I can afford. But what I've really figured out in the whole scheme of things, being a numbers girl, is that when you actually do the work and you go and look at everything, I actually started on the transformation kit in 2014. Like I said, had great results. And then injuring myself. I was doing great far as physically I was great, everything was fine, but mentally I was broken. So the minute that trial, actually came up, and I couldn't walk for almost 2 months. I had we've all been there, I think, and I'm putting this out there. I could see the little sweet and sour patch from McDonald's sitting on the side of my bedside table because I couldn't. I'm like, well, I can't get up and do anything. What? I got to be done with this. So this last year, actually starting in, that was 200. I like numbers. 225 days ago, I met the boss I ended up going to work for. I met him because before everything else, I've always been a caregiver. Nothing. You never come first. You take care of everyone else first before yourself. Took a job at the local grocery store just so I could get cheaper groceries. I'm like, well, I've got to eat better. I can, if I get the discount, I can buy organic foods and get stuff cheaper. So I took this job and ended up meeting the most fantastic boss in the world by default because I ended up cleaning up a bathroom because someone had made a mess in the men's restroom. And as a caregiver, I was born to basically clean up messes. I'm like, I'll do it. Not a problem. He's like, come work for me. That's where I met. And this is the key point in everything. Surround yourself with people that believe in you and people who you aspire to be like that they have something that you don't have. And that's what started all. On April 1st, 194 days ago, I started to learn how to love myself again. I did lots of research. I had a friend help me, and I did a lot of Tony Robbins, everything else. And what I finally figured out was that, I am indeed worthy. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. And sometimes it's basically kind of, I call it mind ninjaing. Yeah, no, I'm good. I've had to delete people from my life. Even immediate family, in all fairness, because it's just, if it's not in line with where you're supposed to be at, and for your own self, you've got to get past that. As far as plateaus, I think, Dawn, did you say it? You stay away from the scale? I don't even touch the scale. Again, I still regularly hit plateaus, and it's usually a 10-pound difference in a lot of stuff. But I stick with what I know that works. Clean eating, minimize processed food, drink a lot of water. I still cheat. I want pizza someday, but I throw a lot of veggies on it. Whatever, But I guess ultimately for me, how I finally figured this all out is it's retraining my brain and knowing that I'm strong enough to sustain myself. I'll let you all know, I purchase all my products from Vi. They're part of my monthly budget. For me, it's an accountability to myself. I'm buying these products, so I should darn well consume them because I'm paying for them. And the other part is I've had to protect myself. I say build a wall, but build a wall to a point where what I call my own little sustainable island in my head and my heart. And so if someone comes in, the priority's not in line, then guess what? You know what? They don't get to dock at my island. Sorry, you're not allowed to be here. Support is absolutely key. Surround yourself with people that are definitely going to, first of all, tell you the truth, and second of all, tell you the truth in the way that they can do it in a loving way, and sometimes it can be in a harsh way. But you want those people in your life that, first of all, you aspire to be like, that you see something in them and how they're succeeding in life, and that's how you change it. And I guess that's pretty much what I have to say.
Wow. That's awesome. That you hit the nail on the head in so many different ways, talking about never quitting, you had some pretty serious health concerns. I remember watching and you couldn't even get out of bed and struggling through trying to stay on your challenge, and the perseverance and rallying people around you for support and staying on your product even, though you couldn't exercise and do the type of challenge that you wanted to do. Those are some pretty major tips right there. and the reason why you're still seeing success, why you're still going, and why, you know, the challenge is still working for you. So thank you very much, Shelli. Thank you for sharing all that. Are you planning to head to Vitality?
I was till my doctor said no yesterday. I've actually hurt my back again. I can still walk, but he said do not do anything. Flight booked, hotel booked, everything else. I've actually had to step back and say, you know what? And this is a difference where I've got to protect myself. It's not worth me not to walk for 2 months. I have to stay on this time, but I will be walking the 100-pound club when it comes to NST.
All right. Well, we look forward to that. We look forward to welcoming you into the 100-pound club and celebrating with you and continuing to support you until you get there and beyond. So thank you very much. So, guys, before we close off, I really do want to continue to reiterate. I mean, Vitality is it's less than 2 weeks away, 10, 12 days, whatever it is. I have some countdown happening on my phone that it's not far away at all. And you know what? Every single person that has hit the 100-pound club will tell you, standing on that stage, surrounded by people who have walked the road that you have walked, and just feeling the love and the connection and the family atmosphere that there is within the 100-pound club, and celebrating together and showing the entire ViSalus community what you've accomplished and what you've done, and inspiring other people and giving hope. I remember events before I hit the 100-pound club and watching people go up to that stage, and it was like, they always say, if you've lost 10 pounds, stand up. If you've lost 20 pounds, stand up. Stand up, stand up. And, I kept saying to myself, eventually, one day I am going to be on that stage. One day. And you know what? If I hadn't gone to those events, if I hadn't watched all of those people coming out of the crowd and walking up to the stage and, representing the 100-pound club, it wouldn't have inspired a belief in me that I could do it. Because if I had just sat at home and tried to watch it online and tried to, just watch through Facebook and people's photos and people's their perspective of the event, I don't believe that it would have inspired in me the drive and the determination to go after the 100-pound club and not stop till I got there. So I want to encourage every single person. I know you've heard this on every team call, everything else, that you've probably been on in the last couple of weeks. Do whatever you can to get there. I know it can be expensive. I know that we always room together, a bunch of us, to try to save some money. I personally live off of my Vi products for the whole weekend because then food doesn't cost me any money. I went on Spirit.com looking for I found a flight to and from the event for $96. So if you really look around, let us try to help you find some resources, or Pat is the travel king. If anyone can find a deal, that man can find you a deal and, sort of help you find the best and cheapest way to get to the event. And you know what? We look forward to meeting you in person. We love supporting you online, but at the same time, we really want to meet you in person. We want to hug you. We want to hold your hands. We want to hold your hands up and celebrate your successes with you, whether it be 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 100, 120, whatever your goals are, whatever you've already lost, we want to celebrate that with you. And there's lots of exciting stuff that's going to be happening at Vitality. There's new products, hints are coming out here and there. Other ways to tell you how to support. Some of you are on the line. Maybe you don't have 100 pounds to lose, but maybe some of your customers do. Well, at Vitality, you're going to learn how to support those customers through to all of their big goals, even if maybe you don't have those same types of goals. So I just want to say we look forward to seeing you there. We can't wait to be with you there. We have some special things planned. We always have a great time. I'm pretty sure we'll be inviting everyone to get in our big fat pants because that is the most fun. We draw a bigger crowd than the Vi model, so you definitely want to be there to see that. And I just want to say we're going to see you there at Vitality, and I appreciate everyone taking the time to get on this call. I'm going to say it, don't ever quit. No matter what you're going through, no matter the hardships, you can do this. Get on a kit, stay on a kit, reach out to us and let us support you. Become a part of TeamViHOPE so that we can make sure that you are getting to your goals and making sure that you know that you are not alone. This is a wrap. Call's officially wrapped. Thanks for listening on, and have a fantastic week.
Thank you.